When giants stumble, the impact is felt across the market. That's exactly what's happening with Tata Motors, a name that's synonymous with India's automotive success. But despite its legacy, the company's stock has plunged by a staggering 40% in just 1 year. So, what's behind this drastic decline? How are global market shifts, internal challenges, and new US tariffs on Jaguar Land Rover creating a perfect storm for Tata Motors? In today's video, we'll cover what's happening in the Indian auto industry, Tata Motors' journey from trucks to luxury cars and EVs, why Tata Motors announced a demerger, the real reasons behind Tata Motors' stock crash, how Tata Motors plans to bounce back, and finally, key takeaways for investors from this story. You're watching Informed Investor, an initiative by Equentis. Now, before we get into Tata Motors, let's zoom out and understand the Indian auto industry. The Indian auto industry is cyclical, closely tied to economic growth, and currently navigating a major shift towards cleaner technologies amid stricter emission norms. Ideally, it consists of two-wheelers, passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, and three-wheelers. Two-wheelers and passenger vehicles dominate the market. With rising income levels and policy support, further are expected to drive steady growth. The EV segment in particular is projected to grow at a rapid 36% CAGR until 2026. And if we talk about the auto sector as whole, the sector faced years of headwinds, from GST rollout and BS6 regulations to the severe impact of COVID-19. But after a long road to recovery, the Nifty Auto Index has staged a strong comeback. It's up over 262% in the last 5 years, outperforming Nifty's 146% rise. However, in recent times, Nifty Auto is down by 5.2%. Which brings us to the obvious question, what's going wrong with Tata Motors? Tata Motors, a key player in India's automotive industry, has seen its stock fall by 40% over past year. But it has delivered 600% returns in the past 5 years. While the company has faced market volatility before, this significant downturn calls for a closer look at the factors driving it. But first, let's zoom out from this pressing issue and look at Tata Motors' history. Tata Motors, a Tata Group company, began in 1945 as a commercial vehicle maker and later partnered with Daimler-Benz in 1954. It entered the passenger vehicle space in 1991 with Tata Sierra and went global with the Jaguar Land Rover acquisition in 2008. Today, it's expanding into electric and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, with Tata Sons holding the majority stake. Basically, Tata Motors operates across 4 main segments: commercial vehicles, passenger vehicles, luxury vehicles through Jaguar Land Rover, and finally electric vehicles. When it comes to the revenue, JLR leads with 72.2%, commercial vehicles contribute 16.4%, passenger vehicles add 11%, and other businesses like IT, insurance and financing make up the remaining 0.5%. Before we get into why the stock is falling, there's a big announcement about the company's demerger that we need to talk about. Tata Motors is planning a demerger, splitting into 2 separate entities. TML Commercial Vehicles for CVs. This entity will house the entire CV business, trucks, buses, everything related along with its associated investments. Next, Tata Motors Passenger Vehicles. This entity will hold the PV business, which consists of cars and SUVs, the rapidly growing EV business, the luxury JLR arm, and all related investments. The core idea here is about unlocking value. By splitting the businesses, Tata Motor aims to give each unit the freedom to focus on its specific growth and strategy. While the CV and PV segments are separate, there are notable synergies between PVs, EVs and JLR that the company plans to tap into. The share entitlement ratio is 1:1, meaning Tata Motors shareholders will receive an equal number of shares in both new entities. Post-split, the CV division may have a smaller market cap and could exit major indices like Nifty and Sensex, while the PV business with stronger growth prospects is likely to remain. Now comes the big question. Why has the stock declined around 40% in the last 1 year? This is not on the back of a single factor, but several factors hitting around the same time. Let's break this down. As you are aware, Jaguar Land Rover is a massive part of Tata Motors. overall picture bringing in about 70% of the revenue. So when JLR faces challenges, Tata Motors feels it significantly. Recently, JLR hit some speed bumps. JLR experienced a slowdown in sales with demand weakening, especially in key markets. If you see the image on the screen, in the third quarter of FY25, JLR sales witnessed a notable decline in China by 29.4% and in overseas market by 8.1% compared to the previous year. And if we look at the column on the right, which indicates JLR sales for the entire fiscal to date, sales remained flat and declined by 0.1% with notable declines in Europe, China and the overseas market. Moreover, in China, economic difficulties coupled with shift towards high-tech electric vehicles led to weak demand for traditional high-end cars, which is impacting JLR's sales. And more recently, President Donald Trump has shaken Tata Motors' investor confidence with the imposition of US tariffs playing a significant role in the recent performance. In a move aimed at bolstering domestic automobile manufacturing, initially President Trump implemented a 25% tariff on all cars and auto parts imported into the country, with the tariffs taking effect on April 2, 2025. Now, this announcement hurt Tata Motors the most as its JLR vehicles, mostly built in the UK and Slovakia, are exported to the US. The United States is a critical market for JLR, accounting for roughly a quarter of its sales. So, a 25% import tariff was a direct hit to their business here. But now the scenery has shifted. After making headlines and rattling stock markets across the world, Donald Trump announced a pause on tariffs, boosting investor sentiment. This gave Tata Motors the breathing space and eventually led to the shares rally by 6% soon after the announcement. While this offers short-term relief for Tata Motors, the broader uncertainty around trade policies continues to weigh on investor sentiment. There is still uncertainty about the tariffs, and President Trump could impose the tariffs sooner or later, creating volatility for Tata Motors shares. Now, coming to the challenges in the domestic market. Tata Motors boasts of being the largest and the #1 player in the Indian commercial vehicle market. However, as you can see, they have been facing challenges recently. Their market share has declined from 41.7% in FY23 to 36.5% as of the third quarter of FY25. As a result, their revenue from this segment fell by 8.4% for the quarter and declined by 6.4% for the year to date in FY25. This has added to Tata Motors' overall performance. Now, on the same lines, even the passenger vehicle segment witnessed a notable slowdown. Revenues for the quarter declined by 4.3% and year to date, which is the first 9 months of FY25, witnessed a decline of 5.3%. Additionally, wholesale units declined to 409 units from 417 recorded last year. Now, let's understand the EV market dynamics. While Tata Motors pioneered the EV space in India and still leads, its dominant market share has been slipping. Tata EV witnessed a decline in market share, falling to 53%, and in February it recorded its 9th monthly decline, with sales falling to 23%. Moreover, competitors like MG Motor, Mahindra, BYD and Hyundai are launching their own EVs and gaining attraction. The potential entry of Tesla into India also looms as a significant competitive threat, alongside possibilities of rivals like BYD importing cars more easily under revised government policies. Coming to the last and an important factor is the financial performance of Tata Motors. While Tata Motors had a strong overall financial year in FY24, the more recent quarterly results leading into 2025 showed some signs of pressure. In fact, the Q3 results missed estimates, and following the results, the stock plunged by 9% in a single day. So anyway, let's jump into numbers. If you see, the last December quarter saw sales growing modestly year on year by 2.7%, while profit after tax declined by 22% to 5,578 crores. Now, this was on the back of weaker margins and slow sales in their main segments JLR, CV and PV. Now, if you look closely, the recent quarters witnessed revenue growth of single digits, while FY24 saw sales growing at double digits on year-on-year basis. Now let's zoom in on JLR. They posted record quarterly revenue at GBP 7.5 billion and a record high EBIT margin of 9%. But profits still fell to GBP 523 million, down from GBP 627 million last year. Commercial vehicles struggled too. Revenue fell 8.4% as sales slowed. The silver lining, EBITDA margins expanded to 12.4% thanks to cost cuts and PLI initiatives. Passenger vehicles also saw revenue dip 4.3%, but margins improved to 7.8% on the back of similar cost discipline. Now that you have a better picture of what's going on, let's understand what lies ahead for Tata Motors. Tata Motors is no stranger to turbulence, and 2025 has been no exception. The company's stock faced selling pressure recently, largely triggered by global factors. A combination of softening demand for Jaguar Land Rover in key markets like China and unexpected blow of fresh US tariffs on imported vehicles. But the challenges don't end there. Back home, Tata Motors is juggling a slowdown in its commercial vehicle segment while fighting intensifying competition in both passenger cars and the fast-evolving electric vehicle space. Despite the headwinds, Tata Motors isn't standing still. The company is rolling out a clear playbook to counter these challenges by adjusting prices in the US to soften the tariff hit, trimming costs globally, reducing reliance on tariff-exposed markets by expanding elsewhere, exploring long-term manufacturing options in North America to bypass tariffs entirely. On the Indian front, the big news is the company's upcoming demerger, which aims to unlock value by allowing its CV and passenger vehicle plus JLR plus EV businesses to operate independently. This restructuring could improve strategic focus, sharpen execution, and potentially attract specialized investors aligned with each segment's unique growth story. Moreover, as India's EV market accelerates, Tata Motors' early mover advantage coupled with government support can offer a robust growth cushion if execution is timely and efficient. And on the Europe front, JLR's transformation of its historic Halewood plant in the UK into an all-electric manufacturing hub signals a clear push toward future-proofing its luxury lineup. The GBP 500 million investment not only aligns JLR with the UK and US's tough emission norms, but also strengthens its local footprint, offering some cushion against potential post-Brexit and US trade disruptions. But the company isn't out of the woods yet. Global macroeconomic uncertainties, shifting consumer preferences, and regulatory challenges will continue to test Tata Motors' resilience and agility. The split into separate commercial and passenger vehicle business could offer long-term upside by creating two focused, linear, and more transparent companies. US import tariffs remain the biggest near-term risk, particularly for the JLR business. Any clarity or rollback here will likely be a major stock trigger. Tata Motors is poised to benefit from India's EV push, but scaling production and defending market share as new entrants arrive will be a key challenge. While North America and Europe offer pockets of strength, China's slowdown and trade policy shifts could keep margins under pressure. Now to conclude, Tata Motors' recent stock slide is a reminder of how even companies with legacy can struggle when global headwinds, competition and geopolitical factors collide. But with its strategic demerger, EV ambitions and global repositioning, Tata Motors is laying groundwork for a potential turnaround. For investors, the message is clear. This isn't the end of the road, but it's a sharp curve that calls for patience, vigilance and a long-term view. Having said this is Neha signing off.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.